neighbor with Fortress Cafe and launching Fortress Cares, Duncan Bowen. Hey, Duncan.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. Good
It's
to
a
be
little
here.
different for switching spots. Usually you're behind the counter and I'm coming up to you.
That's right. That's right. Got sling lattes, making sure everybody's up well caffeinated.
Yeah. Well, it's been nice seeing Fortress at so many community events. You provide refreshment at the ORS running series
Yep.
events, and I've seen you at a lot of different things.
Yeah, we try to get out there. It's funny, we've been around for almost 4 years now, and
Wow.
December 2018 is when we opened, and it amazes me still how many people have either never heard of us, didn't know we're there, or still think we're a members-only thing with the Lean Rocket Lab. So, we're just open to the public coffee shop right here in downtown.
So you're in the incubator. So is the whole place turned over since you started there?
So the Lean Rocket Lab, they have their main services, and so there's a handful of different small businesses that help accent the things that they do. So some of the offices have been there since day one, and they're still there. But then there is kind of a rotation through a lot of the other ones. Some are, some of the businesses that were part of the incubator that are kind of grown up and then moved out. Others just, gotten bigger spaces elsewhere, or changed their membership. So yeah, there's been a lot of different folks through the years.
Variety, though.
Yes. Yep.
So October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and that's important to you. And for that, you've started a program.
Yep. Yeah. So actually, almost exactly a year ago, so the first week of of October last year, my wife was diagnosed with breast cancer. And so the last year has been a bit of a whirlwind, and going through all the different treatment things. And so in that time frame, we've learned a lot about what's going on in that world. And we have been very blessed with an awesome community, around that has helped us in so many different ways. And so in that initial diagnosis that she got, the doctors asked her the question, do you have people? Like, who are your people? Because the mortality rate for people that say no is higher. So it is one of the most important things for people going through breast cancer to have people that they can rely on. As we were receiving shocking news ourselves, it also kind of broke our heart that people answer no to that. So we wanted to try to figure out a way that we could leverage our community with this awesome community we have between just our personal lives and the coffee shop, and we're kind of out in the community a lot, to be able to help people in that way. And one of the biggest things people helped us with early on were meals. Just like little things to take off our plate, to make our lives easier as we're going through a very challenging time, was food. So like we had a meal train for our house for 8 months, and it was wild. Pretty awesome things. But then learning all the health stuff, and so we try to have some healthier options for food at the cafe. And so we decided we want to start a program that can get the community involved, almost like a mug club thing where people have a little membership, something simple like $10 a month, where that goes towards us providing healthy protein shakes or smoothies, or salads or wraps. Be able to bring a meal to somebody that's going through treatment. Just one less thing that they have to think about. They won't have to think about lunch for that day or something like that. So just a way to kind of continue to build our community and bring our community together, but also reach out to those who don't necessarily have good community.
Yeah, pay it forward.
Exactly.
Just like that, on the spot.
Yeah.
So what was the biggest surprise to you and your family that day? Your life changes with that diagnosis.
Yeah, there were so many shifts in our life at that time. Little known fact is I was in the process of actually possibly moving out of state. Just before that, I was going through the process to be in federal law enforcement, and had kind of gotten my final offer, and I was working on figuring out what I was going to do with the coffee shop. And then we got the diagnosis, and it was, within weeks we saw how amazing our community was here, and she's obviously had a lot of treatment stuff. So it was a huge shift for us because we were looking to move, because I thought I was going to be sent, different side of the country.
Wow.
From that stuff. And then we saw this community and how amazing it was, and stepped up. And now we can't see ourselves going anywhere. And just, it's, Jackson's such an amazing community. And
good. Yeah, don't leave.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. How can people be part of Fortress Cares?
So Fortress Cares, it's going to be kind of a membership-based thing. We're to start off, we're doing kind of like a mug club where you pay a $10 a month kind of membership, and that's at fortresscares.com is where that is. You can also get to it from our cafe website, Fortress Cafe. And on there you can get some more information of what we're doing and just sign up through there. After you do that, we will have just kind of a list printed off of anybody that signs up. So when you come in, you mention Fortress Cares, that you're part of it. And then every transaction that happens in the cafe, 15% of that transaction will go towards somebody in the Jackson County community who is going through cancer treatment. Obviously this month we're really focusing on breast cancer. We've made some great connections in the oncology department, so we can have ways to finding more people. And to start, we've had a lot of people already reach out that are going through stuff too. So fortresscares.com is where it's going to kind of start off, and then you can kind of come in, shop, and get benefits that way. And then long term, we're looking to get some other added digital benefits that we can kind of send out and do. We've got a lot of people in the health world and fitness world, so we want to do some just like free seminars and stuff for people that are part of the program. Cool. And different fun things like that.
So you have a beautiful family. 4 kids?
I do.
Wow.
I do. I am that crazy. Yeah, I have 4 boys. They are 1, 3, 5, and 8.
Unbelievable. That's a handful.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of dealing with breast cancer, that's a lot. So how is your wife doing?
She's doing really well. One of the other kind of catalysts for the program was we're kind of in this awkward in-between stage right now. She feels great. She has hardly any symptoms right now, or very mild symptoms from the treatment she's doing. She's already done chemo, surgery, and radiation. So that's all done, and now it's just kind of like a medication treatment base. So she feels really well. But we're kind of in this awkward between spot because she's done all the treatment, and then they did some scans, and there's a spot on her liver that wasn't there before, and so, but it's too small for them to biopsy. So it's like, if it could be nothing, things come and go on the liver all the time, but it also could be something pretty concerning. So if it is that, then we're in a tough spot because the traditional treatment hasn't worked. So we're going to have to look into alternative treatment, which can be very expensive. So
well, let's hope and pray that it's nothing, and she's on her way to being a cancer survivor.
Right. Yep. And so that's what we're doing, and we want to have resources to be able to help people who are in tough spots. But hopefully we don't need to leverage those resources ourselves in the coming months. But we wanted to set up a program that could be in place regardless of whether it's just kind of reaching out to the community, or we may need to leverage some of that ourselves if we need to extend into different ways to find treatment.
All right, well, join Fortress Cares and get started helping communities, helping families in our community. Great mission. Thanks for coming in.
Appreciate it.
Owner of Fortress Cafe and the founder of Fortress Cares, Duncan Bone.